Former champion Tim Bradley has his say about a potential upcoming Devin Haney versus Rolando Rolly Romero fight, and I'm going to give you guys what he said and, of course, my opinion. You dig. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Now, Tim Bradley on his YouTube channel, he's talking about Devin Haney potentially fighting Rolly Romero. Now, hopefully you guys are subscribed. If not, that's why you're not in the know and you don't know what's going on. If you subscribed, then you would know. There are talks of a potential May 30th fight between Devin Haney and Rolando Romero. I've already made videos about it. As of me recording the video, there is nothing like official, but there were inklings or hints that they could be fighting next. Devin Haney, and more so by way of Bill Haney, he's been on social media saying, hey, the ball's in your court. Rolly responded, hey, you about to be, your daddy gonna be, Devin Haney's daddy's gonna be upset on May 30th. We know Rolly was trying to fight in a big fight, possibly against Manny Pacquiao. He blames Pacquiao in a recent rant on social media. Didn't work out. We know Devin is looking for a fight. Did good in his last performance with Brian Norman. Rolly looking for a fight. The Pacquiao fight didn't work out. So here we are. It looks like the two might fight. Now, I've already given you guys my thoughts exclusively about that. I don't think it's a bad fight, but boxing continues to get it wrong. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney Part 2 should absolutely be what's next, period. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They should be fighting. They had an opportunity to fight before. Ryan, whatever happened in his training camp, he said he had excuses for not beating Rolly and he didn't try and all that. It don't matter, excuses. They had an opportunity to fight then. Ryan dropped the ball by losing to Rolly, but he reclaimed his spot and really solidified himself as a champion in his last fight with Barrios. So the fight became hot again, you know what I mean? Because in boxing, you're only as good as your last performance. Ryan did good. Devin did good versus Brian Norman. So it's like, why are they not fighting each other? Why are we talking about any other unification, any other fight? So that's the part that I don't agree with. Again, Devin versus Rolly could be a cool fight. I'll save some more of my thoughts to the end of this video, so stay tuned to the end of the video. But regarding that fight, Bradley says Devin Haney needs to cook Rolly, and if he don't, then he can't beat Ryan. Roll the clip.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about that damn Devin Haney and Romero fight that's supposed to be going on. Yeah, I think they talk about something in May. Hey, y'all here for the real? Y'all about to give y'all the real? Look, if Devin Haney don't cook no damn Romero, he ain't beating no damn Ryan Garcia. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If he can't beat and smash Rolly Romero, he not beating no damn Ryan Garcia. It is what it is. I know styles make fights, but damn, dealing with Romero, who's awkward, man. That's an awkward dude. You know, I think that's what his secret. That's his superpower. The fact that he's so damn awkward and explosive.
That man said explosive. Now, Tim Bradley, I thought he was cooking, to be honest. I don't always agree with Tim Bradley, but I definitely don't agree with triangle theories. But my feelings are, if Devin really wants to show progress and that the cobwebs are all the way gone, he has to beat Rolly Romero. First of all, in boxing, I don't think Devin is far enough removed from the Ryan fight. And the reason I'm saying that is anytime I see Devin Haney post anything, go in the comment section and people be putting gifs of Ryan, you know, jumping on the turnbuckle and pictures of him knocking him down on Twitter. So the public, it don't matter if you a Haneyat, it don't matter if you like it or not. The masses feel a type of way about that Ryan fight, and it still haunts him. So now you're pivoting to potentially a different fight in Rolly Romero. You gotta win in general. Like, boxing is a sport where you fall down the ladder if you don't win. But in addition to that, you have a lot of pressure because people question your chin, pressure, people don't think you could take a left hook, all those types of things. So at the end of the day, Devin got to win for those various reasons. So I actually agree with Bradley here. And to be honest, I'm going to take a step further. I'm not talking, when I do these videos, you have to understand I get paid to do this. I'm a content creator. I make content, dummy, right? Like, I'm getting paid to be here on Dead Homies. So there's that. So when I look at it and I'm looking at these situations, I'm no longer talking from just a fan perspective. When you're in the industry, when you know fighters, when you've been to hundreds of thousands of fights, it's different. So with that being said, I'm not saying it from a fan perspective. I am saying it from the perspective of reality. If you really think about it, this is kind of a dumb fight for Devin Haney to even take. Yes, it's a unification, so I know that Haney actually goes, oh, it's a unification, ego, I understand that. But I've already told you my thoughts on belts. Belts don't really matter when you get to a certain stature and people already know your name. It is what it is. Especially if you fought multiple divisions, already been champion. You're looking for big money, big opportunity, big fights, big legacy fights, and the belts are just like additional. I've said that for years. And when I was saying it, there was a lot of people who disagreed. They're like, what do you mean belts don't matter? Now that Dana White got the complexion for the protection and Zuffa and all this is coming in the game talking about we don't care about the belts, now all of a sudden everybody get it. Funny how that works. Anywho, the reality is, to me, it's really a dumb fight for Devin Haney on many fronts. Here's why. Gervonta Davis, Tank Davis, fought Rolly when he was undefeated, unbeaten. We didn't know all of his true flaws. You could bring up Jackson Martinez fight, but they gave him the win, so he still was confident, right? And he was unbeaten. And Tank knocked him out. So from that lens, in that perspective, you're fighting a Rolly who's had his ups and downs in his career. Bad knockout loss to Tank. Bad knockout loss where he was dominated by Pitbull Cruz, another guy Tank beat. And you also have the fight with Ishmael Barroso, the old man, where people thought you were losing and thought the stoppage was some BS. So we've seen flaw in Rolly and shortcomings, and he's been stopped more than one time. So what can Devin Haney really do to be more impressive than Pitbull Cruz, who Tank beat, or Tank Davis himself? These are little guys who stopped Rolly. And on the flip side, if Rolly hurts you, he never hurt Pitbull. He never hurt Tank. And he fought, when he was undefeated, he fought Tank. So I feel like outside of it being a unification, this becomes a more dangerous fight because it's similar to like the Ryan Garcia fight, but it's not as big. Ryan had already got stopped by Tank Davis as well. So when Devin loses to him, it just looked bad. So I don't see how you really outdo what Gervonta Davis did versus Rolly, because it's always going to, for me, it's always going to be more impressive that the smaller guy fought an undefeated, much bigger Rolly, and Rolly was looking focused in that Tank fight, and then Tank knocked him out with one punch. Devin hasn't really shown to be a one-punch knockout artist. So what can you do beyond Tank and what he already did? Plus, you're bigger, and we know you rehydrate a lot. So you're equal, if not bigger, than Rolly, but you're at least closer. So what do you really gain? A unification? But you've already been the youngest undisputed, so we know that in the modern society of boxing, you can get a belt. So I really feel like the fight is more dangerous. Rolly is a wild card. Like Bradley was saying, he's very awkward. And then you have the shoes to fill from Tank. Devin Haney legit has not had a single knockout since 2019. So Are you really going to stop Rolly? It's possible, but there's also a possibility you go to distance, which again, that doesn't outshine what Tank did, since Tank knocked out an undefeated, bigger Rolly in 6 rounds with 1 punch. He laced him, set him up. So a much bigger Devin Haney, what more can you do than what's already been done by the smaller guys on PBC, Pitbull Cruz and Tank Davis? So again, for me, this fight is actually more dangerous than what it's worth, because Rolly is awkward. He does have experience sparring you. He has confidence from the Ryan fight. Ryan and Tank both confirmed that Rolly's power is legit. Tank said the biggest puncher he faced was Rolly. He said Rolly got a brick hand for sure. So what does Devin really gain outside of a belt? But he has a lot to lose if he is compared to the previous people that fought Rolly. You know what I mean? Which he will be. Let me know what you think. Subscribe.